Okay, good evening and welcome to my weekly Sunday live stream. I'd like to say hi to everyone who's taken the time to join us in the live chat. That is Random Games, KG, Maria Ellender, NR, and Philip Wright. Thanks everyone, taking the time. It's always good to know who's tuned in, and if anyone wants to suggest anything for us to look at in the live chat, that is much, I'm always happy to do that. I'm in two minds about what setup, what format we're going to do tonight. Normally the main subject, like what I put in the thumbnail, Grief for Sale, I do in the second half of the stream. I am still considering doing that in the first half of the stream, but I think I might leave it in the second, I'm not sure. And then normally in the first part I address things you guys suggested. I was asking what you guys thought of local news in your area. Philip has been sharing some info from his local area about a relative of Tyson Fury. In my opinion, Tyson's one of them. He's following his script. When Tyson gets into a boxing ring, he is doing exactly what they tell him to. As always, I've just got to check my audio, make sure I sound alright. Hopefully the sound is okay. Hopefully I'm not coming across too quiet. I did say last week I changed my microphone setup, and I'm not sure, the sound might be clearer, but it might also be a bit muted, so if that is the case, please let me know. Right, I'll also invite you guys to support this channel, done very easily, simply by hitting the thumbs up button. It helps immensely. If you're not already subscribed, please do, and if you want to share this on social media, that is massive as far as I'm concerned. The reason I say that is I've put a tweet up on Twitter, which if you're on there and you want to retweet it, go ahead. Also, taking part in the live chat or leaving a comment is also good to know any feedback. We did watch at the end of the pre-show, which by this point will be cut out, a video about Chrissie Teigen and John Legend sharing information about a horrible time in their life, a miscarriage. But would you believe the guys used it as used it as an opportunity to further their career, boost their profile. Obviously the likes of Chrissie Teigen and John Legend, they are paid and promoted to advertise products on their Instagram accounts. That's why the mainstream press give it so much attention. Who knows, perhaps they pay for that kind of coverage. We're going to look at the news article that Philip Wright shared with us in a minute. We will do Grief for Sale throughout the show, we'll see. We'll try and tie it in, weave it in along as we go along. Maria says that stuff was pure evil and couldn't believe Teigen said those things. I know she was very defensive of, because I wasn't the only person that called it out as absolutely disgusting to thing. She was. I'm not sure of anything specific that Chrissie Teigen might have said. I'm not sure if we came across any quotes in that. Who knows? Alright, Maria says, just a quick question for all. Has anyone noticed the lack of insects on windscreens and headlights? No moths flying in my flat, no bees on my plants. Actually, we get moths in our place at the moment because we're constantly leaving our back door open for the numerous amounts of cats that come and go, and that means bugs and creepy crawlies come in. In terms of bugs on windscreen, when we went away a couple of weeks ago, we parked up in a car park and were underneath a tree, and I'm not sure, but the car got covered in sap and all sorts of rubbish, and there was quite a few wasps and bees that seemed attracted to it. Also in that hotel room, I never kill a bug, alright? I'll never swat a fly. If there's a fly or a moth flying around, I generally usher them out the window, or I I get them out somehow. The only time I've ever swatted something, not the only time, obviously over the years I've swatted things, but recently the only time that I've deliberately killed a bug was on holiday. There was a mosquito. My wife kept complaining that she was getting bites all over her, but they weren't affecting me, perhaps because I smoke, I'm not sure. I know wasps and bees hate smoke, the smell of it, so maybe that keeps bugs away. But yeah, she kept getting bit, and then on the last evening I was reading a magazine and there was just this horrible big bug. I think it was a mosquito, and it was on my arm, and that was in the really hot weather. But yeah, I executed that bug. Had to be done. Let's see. KG says, so yeah, sorry, to finish answering your question, Maria, a lack of bugs, I'm not sure if there's less than normal. As I say, we've always got our door open, particularly in the hot weather, and that does attract bugs, so maybe not as many as in previous years, but I do remember one year, again, having pet food out, you will get flies that will come in and they lay their eggs on it, and if you don't get rid of it quickly, they'll turn into maggots. And I do remember once, I think some had hatched in the bin and there were flies everywhere, and this was a couple of years ago, but no, not had anything like that happen so far this year, fortunately. I do, at the start of all my live streams, thank my Patreon, Linda Mack, and I also invite anyone that wants to check out my stuff on Patreon to either follow the link in the description or scan the QR code. So yeah, thank you, Linda. You're a legend. Right, let's have a look at the chat a minute. What was that strange noise? We are going to be doing the cat chup very soon, actually. That for at least, yeah, for the next while, that will be something that we start looking at. Sorry if you're not a fan of cats, to be honest with you, but they're a big part of my life at the moment, as in they literally just descend upon us. Maybe, as I said, perhaps it's the same for all the people. Seem to have a lot of cats on our neighbourhood for some reason, and yeah, we can't leave a door open for 10 minutes without a cat wandering in and trying to eat the food that we put down for our cat. Some of them they take to us because we don't shoo them out. I can't help myself. If I see a cat in the kitchen, I generally try and make friends with it. But so yeah, we'll be having a look at that in a minute. As I said, I also want to thank the following people for saying hello in the live chat so far. That would be KG, Philip Wright, Maria Ellender, Random Games, NR, and Susan Byrne. Apologies if I've missed anyone. Thanks for taking the time to comment. Yeah, and as I said, we've got a link to a couple of stories from Philip Wright about the gentleman. We'll go and look at that in a second. After we do the cat chup, actually, that'll be the first thing we're going to do. Let's see, let me share my screen, and hopefully, right, hang on. As I say, if you're not a fan of cats, then yeah, just suck it up for the next few minutes, I'm afraid. Let's see, where are we going? This one, still hanging around our place, actually. Yeah, one of the reasons I'm pretty dedicated at the moment to sharing images about the cats is because I put a video out about the lovely Mr. White, as I call him, and I did say I'd keep people updated on his progress, as he came to us one day looking pretty unwell. Yeah, this is just some, not all of them in fact, there's more. This is a recent picture of the black and white cat that constantly hangs around outside our house, but he's very afraid of our cat, because one day he came in and our cat literally chased him all around the garden, into the bushes, so the thing's very timid. He's actually quite a large cat. I'm pretty sure he's male, I have no idea. We call him Splodge because of that black patch on his nose. It looks like he's splodged it in a pot of paint or something. So yeah, that's splodge still sticking around. I do start worrying about him. I mean, now for example, we've got light drizzle, and he's been out there in the rain before. He won't come in because he's terrified of our cat. Well, he has started coming in a little bit more. Perhaps as it gets colder, he'll move in off the... I don't know if he's a stray or if he lives with someone. He's not in brilliant condition, but then he does look quite an elderly cat. Let's see. On to the next one. Can I get onto the next one? Oh, there he is. That's another one of him. Right, yeah, that's Splodge, still with us. This is the lovely Mr. White. He's looking so much better now, in my opinion. I'm not going to dwell on how he was looking, because he looked very poorly, but he's much better. Yeah, he's got much better now. He comes and sees us, not every day, but quite often. Oh, and yeah, I'm pleased to say, yeah, he's still doing well. What next? Right, this little one. Actually, I'll come on to that one in a minute. This one has featured in one of my live streams once. I did a video called The Animals of Zionswood, based on the animals of Farthingwood, but and just showed to the stream where we looked at all the cats that are in our that come to us, and this is one of them. A beautiful, what they call it, it's a Persian. It's named after a type of animal, I can't think of it now. What do they call them? It's a type of rodent they named after, but I can't for the life of me remember at the minute. It's come, no, it's gone. Anyway, didn't see her for months. I believe the owner took her away. And yeah, she finally came back to us after 4 months. So I'm not sure. I haven't seen her in the last couple of days, but for a few days in the week, she popped her head in. Yeah, I think she's being kept inside, unfortunately, which a lot of people do with these types of animals. She is a beautiful little creature though, and she used to love roaming our garden. She spent loads of time with us in the past, but yes. So yeah, that was nice to see. Claude, her name is. She goes by. But yeah, I totally understand the owners wanting their animals back, and I would never, I liaised a lot with their owners, letting them know if their cat was here, taking it back to them whenever they asked for them. So yeah, because always want to cooperate with the owners of the cats that come, because I think once you start being secretive and once you start not letting them go, would never keep a cat against its will, that's when the owners are going to start, accusing you of stealing their cats. So far, no one's ever done that to us around here, but you could think it's only a matter of time. No, we'd never steal anyone's cats. They'd always come to us voluntarily. As I said, this little thing, wow. It started coming to us very timid, absolutely terrified of us. Oh, hang on. Sorry guys, won't be a sec. Let me just put the... Oh, that's not it. Sorry, getting there. I had a little write-up for it. Cat Chup, as this section's called. Right, going back to it. Don't worry, we won't be discussing cats all night. I'll try and keep it to a minimum. Anyway, yeah, very timid, very afraid of us. Over about the last month, it started to get a lot more friendly, a lot closer. We've also noticed its stomach has started to grow. Yeah, again, not our cat. We know roughly where she comes from, but we don't exactly know. Anyway, she jumped in. Yeah, she was with us Saturday. Started meowing her head off, following us around, acting very strange, and then she went off, hid in our spare room, and went in behind a load of clutter that we've got. And she gave birth to, we don't know how many kittens because she hasn't brought them out yet, but yeah, she's had kittens in a drawer in the back of a chest of drawers. So yeah, we're desperately, because we don't want the owners to be worrying about this cat, because she's not leaving them, as you can imagine. This was yesterday, so for since yesterday morning, she's been with us pretty much constantly. So we want to get in touch with the neighbours, but then again, what do you do if they say, right, bring them back in now? which they've got every right to do, and then you have to move kittens, which you aren't supposed to interfere with for the first week or so. So yeah, I'm in two minds what to do about that, whether to go round knocking on neighbours' doors asking if they know whose cat it is and letting them know, or do I just say, in the interest of the kittens, let her decide when she's going to bring them out, and then when she brings them out, let try and find out who she belongs to. I don't know. I'm going to keep you updated. That is my world of cats, believe me. It's a hectic one. Right, I'm going to check the live chat. We're going to look at the links shared by Philip Wright and any others that you guys might have shared, and I also want to catch up with what you guys are chatting about. Apologies. Right. Yeah, apologies if I don't read out the comments all the time. That's another option one day for a live stream where I literally just address the live chat, but then half of the stories I'm not actually familiar with that you guys might mention or bring up, so okay. Yeah, earlier in the chat, in the pre-show, KG mentioned Biden and his recent speech. His recent speech and how it was done with a red background. Oh, let's see, Manchester Evening News. So, on the face of it, Philip Wright has shared with us a link, which we'll be looking at in a second, to a story that his friends can confirm he saw take place. Does that mean that not all news stories are completely fabricated? Where are we? Let me share my screen a minute. We'll have a look at... Oh, yeah, I don't want to get away from the live chat, of course. Let's see, I'll leave that picture up a minute. Yeah, what was Biden saying in that speech? Was he mentioning... We could watch it, but... Right, hang on. Yeah, okay, we'll have a quick look at Joe Biden's speech. And... Because if I'm not... Let me show you a tweet someone put up. Let's see, can I find it? And it was mentioning the comparison... It might have been on YouTube, actually. I think it was Twitter, though. And it was mentioning the stages of genocide and how governments will condition the population to accept genocide. Let's see, is this going to load? Yeah, and as I said, Philip Wright mentioned Tyson Fury's cousin. Philip Wright says Biden is a masked up character. Yeah, I did say I think I said it in the pre-show, that a lot of the presidents appear like very manufactured. They don't look the most real. By the way, I mentioned earlier on about sharing this on social media. Here is my tweet if you want to retweet it, if you use it. I know Random Games does, who's in the live chat, so yeah, big thumbs up to you. Thanks ever so much for sharing my stuff, Random Games. It is appreciated. Right, where was this? Maybe it was on YouTube, actually, which would make it harder to find, but it was talking about... It had an image of Joe Biden looking like Darth Vader. Okay, I must have gone over it, gone past it. So bear with me then as we look for his speech. I never use Google search, I've got to say. Joe Biden speech. I'm curious. Here we go. Yeah, that is very... Alright. The 5 takeaways on the threat to democracy, The Guardian. So... So was Biden saying there's a threat to democracy? Because I would say they are the threat to any idea of democracy when there is no real choice about who you elect. You either, I don't know, This obviously went for the red, white and blue colours, but the red does look very creepy actually. Dramatic lighting and a patriotic military presence played into a speech that touted America's founding ideas. Do you think it will end up... Yeah, so I'm not going to inflict a Joe Biden speech on anyone. These people are complete puppets, and I'm sure we've all seen the footage of, what's the guy's name? Barack Obama, where his autocue goes wrong. I've made a video about Prince Harry when his autocue went wrong. And I've even seen one with Boris Johnson where his autocue went wrong. These people can't say anything on their own. An appeal to nature. Threat as he lined his... Okay, I'm wondering if it comes up anything to do with... Who knows? Was he literally just talking rubbish all day? Yeah, look at that face. How plasticine is that? I'm going to take a snapshot for one for the album, as it were. Yeah. Do you guys want to see a 3-minute speech and just hear what crap he comes out with? I don't know if I want to do that to you. Really. Bear in mind, yeah, this guy is I'm sure we'll see the auto cues. Could even be a green screen in the background, to be honest with you. Oh, here we go. Something about the pandemic. During a rare optimistic segment in what was an otherwise dark speech, Biden touted his administration's progress on healthcare. Combating climate change. Oh my goodness. Oh, what? So it's been combated. Brilliant. Don't have to worry about it. What's her name? Greta Thunberg can shut her mouth then, can she, if they've combated it? Nope. They're constantly going on rubbish about... Oh, got to talk... I watched Coronation Street for some stupid reason, and they're going on about... What do they call it? A climate terrorist or something? They referred to someone else. Right, I've never been more optimistic, he said. We're going to end cancer as we know it. What? Good, yeah, good one, my friend. Cancer's way too big a business for anyone to be ending that. No, what you'll be doing is, or what the pharmaceutical industry will be doing, is developing ways to fight it. Well, as they say, cure it. Or not cure it, but get rid of it, lessen it, burn out the cancerous cells, as they would have you believe. However, at first they have to convince people they've got it, though. Obviously, if you've got some great big lump growing out of the side of your face, then alright, maybe you could, a tumour, as it were. I've got to say, I'm a great believer in the human body's God-given ability to cure itself. When you talk about doctors and their diagnosis, it's almost like fortune telling. I mean, what do they know? How can they tell you? Okay. Witch doctors, yeah. Anyway, they've combated climate change. They're going to end cancer. And we're going to create millions of new jobs in the clean energy economy. Electricity, right. We're going to think big. We're going to make 21st century about American. Okay. I wonder if they mentioned going to the moon, because they've been trying to do that. They've been trying to send a rocket to the moon, but apparently neither worked. The president issued stern warning, of course, going on about failed rocket launches. If everything worked perfectly, then I guess people might not be so, they might say, oh, isn't it funny how it always works perfectly? So if they had the odd failed takeoff, then not only does it justify, look, we need to keep putting money into this so we can figure out how to do it properly, keep robbing the taxpayer of their money, and maybe it just convinces some people. It's what people would expect to see. It's not going to work all the time. Like, remember Button Moon, for example? I don't know if any of you remember that kids program. It used to show them taking off in a tin can. We're going to go back to Biden's speech in a second. I'm not going to get too caught up talking about the moon, but I just want to show you, if you're not familiar with button moon, if you stuck a NASA label across the screen on button moon, people would accept it. People would say, oh, that's what it's doing in space, is it? It was of course brainwashing kids into believing the idea of jet propulsion taking you off to a distant object, although not very distant in button moon. But yeah, the idea of landing on another place called the moon. The curve was very obvious, but they could easily walk upside down. Yeah, stick a NASA logo on this and you can convince the public that this is what space is like. Anyway, right. The president issued stern warnings that the integrity of American election was vulnerable, condemning Trump and other Republicans who have denied the legitimacy of the elections. The integrity is vulnerable. Well, the only reason your integrity would be vulnerable is surely if you don't have any integrity. If integrity is something you're pretending to have, then it's vulnerable. Or either that, or it's just people, it's easily sold out, as it were. Condemning Trump and yeah, we read that, and have threatened to do so in the midterms. Biden asked Americans to join him in resisting election misinformation and the rollback of voting rights. Yeah, of course, misinformation is all the American government is about, I expect. We can't allow violence to be normalised in this country. They say that, but then how much money will they be putting into their military? Okay. So yeah, they didn't, well, who knows how long that speech went on for. We could watch a couple of minutes of it, but I don't know, we'll see. Right, having another look at the live chat before we move on to this story shared by Philip Wright. Man appears in court accused of murdering Tyson Fury's cousin, Rico Burton. Again, well, okay, right. Yeah, Random Game says it's fake, it's a ritual. Whether you were referencing the video we were watching about Chrissie Teigen, yeah, something weird was going on there. Maria, welcome to Sunday Night Crew. Yeah, it's a good name for it. Thank you, Maria. This is, what a terrible picture. Wow. Okay, remember, as far as we're concerned, this story has been witnessed by other people. We have to take that into consideration. Right. KG is mentioning something about... okay. Did you see they erased it? Yeah, KG asks, did you see the P3DO stuff? They erased it, but people keep it. I'm curious what that's a reference to, whether it's... Okay. So I'm just checking what Maria said. Oh, Teigen, male, legend, female. Yeah, absolutely correct. Oh, so yeah, I'm curious what Chrissie... Actually, no, I'm with you. I remember now. People did share images of Chrissie Teigen's social media account. Yes, she shared some very bizarre tweets. Although, I mean, it's not difficult for people to spoof a Twitter account. But from what I remember, it did... Yeah, it had the ticks, but who knows? Yeah, I can't remember exactly what she said, but I know it was bordering on the bizarre. You're absolutely right. Maria says, when I was growing up in the north of England, clinkers were a cheaper version of coal for the fire. Yeah, coal fires are beautiful. If you've ever been in a house with a coal fire on a cold day, what an amazing way to heat your house with a coal fire. They just glow for hours and they just let out this amazing heat. Yeah, they are a bit smoky, of course, but the smell of a coal fire is really nice as well. There's dangers attached to them, I guess, but I would love to live somewhere with a coal fire. I remember staying at a friend's house years ago, and he lives out in the sticks, just outside Bath. Not Wellow. I can't remember what it's called now, but yeah, they obviously were off the grid, and they didn't. I don't know if they had gas. Actually, they did have a gas stove, but they had a proper coal fire, and yeah, I remember it was a cold January night, and I slept on the sofa in the front room, and yeah, he lit the coal fire, and I remember waking up in the night to this amazing glow coming off the fire. It was, yeah, I would take that over a central heating system any day of the week, probably a fair bit cheaper as well. Yeah, wood fires as well, of course, people have. But yeah, I remember my auntie had a wood fire again. It's really sad to see houses without the option to heat themselves, absolutely reliant on British gas or the government providing them with their fuel. Also, as someone that lives in a house with no fireplace, they've been replaced with people Eon were desperate to convince us to take a smart meter. We didn't do it. We ignored every single request we had. That was after watching a video by the UK critical thinker. I think it was, or maybe he just told me, but I remember him saying that to resist getting a smart meter at all costs, and yeah, I've not, and I have done. Apparently it makes it very easy for them. If they want to disconnect you, they don't have to come all the way around and literally shut off your power. They can just do it at the switch of a button. And I believe it also has smart meters are very reliant on the 5G network, as they call it. So yeah, I'd take a coal fire over the rest of it any day. Right, I'm just going to turn off the audio. Sorry if that music's been playing a bit long. Hope it's been listened toable. Yeah, it's just played quietly in the background. Hopefully you've still been able to hear me. Anyway, where are we? I'm just checking the live chat. Right. KG says Biden basically declared war on Trump supporters. Yep, you're absolutely right. There was something about, they mentioned MAGA, Make America Great Again. Supporters. We'll just jump back there again. Oh, have I still got it open? Yeah. We could play it. Maybe on the intermission. I'm not sure. I don't think I want to hear it, to be honest. But yeah, I can well believe. I know it mentions down here something about MAGA Republicans. My opinion on Trump, he's just another one of them. Whether he's a Republican or a Democrat, or I don't know what third parties they've even got in America. My opinion is that it's just two arms of the same body. They're all controlled by whatever makes these people keep flashing their... Alright, I tell you what, we will watch the Biden thing for one reason. We want to see if he does how long it takes him to do a Masonic Gesture. Is that the right name for it? I will have to check how the audio plays, so bear with me 1 second. Alright, how long till we see a Masonic Gesture from this guy? I'll just turn my desktop audio on. Oh, surprised they didn't make us watch an advert first. Yep, they did. Of course they do. Okay. Oh, it's just to the Guardian. Well, that's fair enough. Is it the Guardian? I don't know. goodness me, come on. Right. Oh, that does not sound good. I've got to shut off something. Right, why is it doing that? Hang on. I'm guessing the audio's being picked up twice. Alright, we'll try it now. Let's see what it does. Okay, it is. Hopefully you can hear it. Please let me know, okay? In fact, let me check. No, I'm guessing you're not hearing that, are you? Hang on. Yeah, I just want to see whether or not you guys heard that. Bear with me 1 minute. You know, okay? In fact, let me check. Sorry, guys. Gonna watch it in a minute. In fact, would it just be easier to watch it muted? Although he doesn't seem to be waving his hands around much. Oh, I'm still waiting to monitor the audio. Bear with me. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're hearing that anyway, to be honest. Okay, we won't use audio if that just makes things easier. Although it's a bit annoying. I wish we could. Right, he's not moving his arms around. Hardly. Okay, no Masonic gestures. Is that what we're to believe? Or did they just find a part in... No, there he is, flipping the page on his script. Does anyone else think he actually has a kind of resemblance? Hello, Mr. White. Mr. White's just walked in the door. Just the hair. The way the hair sort of hangs. He actually has a sort of passing resemblance to Donald Trump in a way. These people all sort of look the same. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to tend to Mr. White. So what I'm going to try and do... Hopefully it doesn't sound... Oh, I know what I've got to do. Hang on. I should be able to get rid of the echo that we were hearing. Don't know how long the computer will take. There we go. That was the problem. Okay, now we should be able to hear Trump. So while you guys watch this, I'm gonna tend to Mr. White, okay? Excuse me for 1 second, guys. I'm just going to mute my microphone. Actually, I can do that this end. All right, be back in a second.
Equality and democracy are under assault. We do ourselves no favor to pretend otherwise. So tonight, I've come to this place where it all began to speak as plainly as I can to the nation about the threats we face, about the power we have in our own hands to meet these threats, and about the incredible future that lies in front of us if only we choose it. Now, I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology. I know, because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans. But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. Look, I know politics can be fierce and mean and nasty in America. I get it. I believe in the give and take of politics, in disagreement and debate and dissent. We're a big, complicated country. But democracy endures only if we, the people, respect the guardrails of the Republic. Only if we, the people, accept the results of free and fair elections. Only if we, the people, see politics not as total war, but mediation of our differences. Democracy cannot survive when one side believes there are only two outcomes to an election.
Okay, did we see many Masonic gestures? Sorry, I can't turn away, Mr. White. He's got some sort of hold on me. Yeah, I heard some of that actually. Biden saying that most Republicans are just normal people, but those Donald Trump's particular brand of supporters are insane, basically. That's what he's kind of suggesting. Maybe we could watch a couple more seconds of it.
Either they win or they were cheated.
That's what he meant. Because I heard that line. We can't, something about only two outcomes. Because let's face it, that there are only two outcomes in a US election. There's no third party. So I wasn't sure what he meant when he said that. Look at the tip of that nose, by the way. Looks like it's been glued on. I'm just going to get a close-up of that one. We could perhaps look at it after. Okay, and we'll watch that bit.
Democracy cannot survive when one side believes there are only two outcomes to an election. Either they win or they were cheated. And that's where the MAGA Republicans are today. They don't understand what every patriotic American knows. You can't love your country only when you win. Courage that digs deep when we need it. Empathy that...
The thing about Let's Go Brandon is hilarious, because didn't it originally start with an F.U. Biden or something, and he missed, and didn't they get him to repeat it? Anyway.
Democracy, the willingness to see each other not as enemies but as fellow Americans. Look, our democracy isn't perfect. It always has been.
Why do all presidents have this weird sort of squinty eyes? I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm going to zoom in on that nose, actually, if we can, in a sec. Yeah, they all look the same. They would, of course, have you believe that they're not. Yeah, right. Don't know how easily you can see it. Let's have a look. It looks like there's a separate piece of nose. Maybe it doesn't show up that obviously. I don't know, right. Come on, why isn't it working? Yeah, just there. It looks like a second nose, as far as I'm concerned. Ooh. Right.
Notwithstanding those folks you hear on the other side there, they're entitled to be outrageous. This is a democracy. But history and common sense. Good manners is nothing they've ever suffered from.
Good manners is nothing they've ever suffered from. Yeah, just, we are going to move on to... Sorry, I got sidetracked from... So yeah, is this just another... Is Democrats and Republicans just another divide method? KG says, we are a constitutional republic. Maria says the colours are Masonic. And they're all in the club and we're not in it. Yep. Random Game says, on Telegram it's confirmed actor Strawn Rogan is acting as Biden. The real Biden is no more. Okay. Strawn Roger, sorry. I'm not familiar with that name, but we'll certainly have a look. Yeah, these people always look so, as I said, manufactured. Maybe not... Well, Biden looked legitimate. Or not... Sorry, Biden didn't look... He looked convincing. Wow, that person does look like him, doesn't he? Yeah, there is more than a passing resemblance. Was this the guy from... Was he in Poltergeist? Not, yeah, one of the Poltergeist films as the... Yeah, that was... I remember watching those films as a kid. The first one I wasn't so keen on, but the second one, which I think he was in, I think was a much better version, a much better film. I'm surprised he's still going though, but yeah, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised to, but you know, I wouldn't have a hard time believing that one. Random Games, thank you. Philip Wright remembers Button Moon, of course. I remember watching it when I got home from school, and yeah, brainwashing you to accept the idea of rockets taking off and landing. Philip Wright said, "The lad I know saw the blood gushing out of his neck. His throat was slit from behind. Cowardly." Yeah, that sort of thing is cowardly. Okay, well, look at this one. It's just, why have they used a terrible picture? It just seems maybe lazy reporting. Liam O'Prey. See, again, how many times do they name all the... But I suppose it is a high-profile person. Yeah, I wouldn't like seeing that myself, actually. What happened here? Rico Burton on Facebook. So is that's the name of his cousin, right? Okay. A man accused of murdering Tyson Fury's cousin could go on trial at the beginning of next year. How long ago was this story? Do we have any dates? Maybe not. Liam O'Prey, 21, faces 4 counts relating to the same incident in Goose Green, Altrincham, which left a 31-year-old Rico dead in the early hours of Sunday. A 17-year-old was seriously wounded in the incident and was given life-saving treatment. Mr. O'Prey is accused of Rico's murder, unlawful wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, possession of a bladed article, namely a knife. Interesting. Okay. He appeared at court via video link and spoke only to confirm his name during the preliminary hearing. No pleas were entered during the brief hearing. Okay. Further dates were set with a trial scheduled for February the 6th. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, yeah, when you see something as real as that, then... Well, when you see someone having their neck cut, ugh, horrible, then, yeah, I understand why you would believe it. But who knows? I wouldn't know. I didn't see it. But fair enough, Philip Wright. I accept. I thank you for sharing that one. Yeah, Maria's saying the same person. Who is he? The same person who couldn't string 2 words together a few days ago. Yeah, he does struggle a lot, doesn't he? The next day he was back to Dementia Joe. Yeah, I bet there's plenty of... These people will have lookalikes, no doubt about that. And yeah, let's hear. Hang on. What one person talking about not being able to string 2 words together? I never quite know how to spell this guy's name. Barack Obama. I don't think that is. Barack, right? Gotcha. Barack. And then if we put. Oh. Autocue. Let's see. Teleprompter fail. Let's see what they turn into when their teleprompters stop working. Bear with us. I will try and share links to any videos that we watch from YouTube in the description, of course. Not letting me click. Don't know why that is. Okay.
The agenda I'm putting forward will point us in the right direction. And the one thing I can promise you is if we turn against each other based on divisions of race or religion, if we fall for, you know, a bunch of okey doke just because
you can see he's gone, can't you? Although, to be honest, sometimes when I'm doing these live streams, I probably start sounding like that. So, but yeah, this is what an Autocue malfunction looks like.
It sounds funny, or the tweets are provocative.
Yeah, that was weird. He started almost, what do they call it?
The agenda I'm putting forward will point us in the right direction. And the one thing I can promise you is if we turn against each other based on divisions of race or religion, if we fall...
What was that, you know? One more.
Based on divisions of race or religion...
And it seemed to tie in with someone in the audience yelling something out, whether it distracted him, but it was kind of like the Autocue kept jumping on the words and it caused him, who knows, it seems under some sort of, perhaps they do get themselves into meditative states. Hello Peach, the cat that got pregnant just joined us, by the way.
If we
Crazy. Never heard that one before. I know there's lots of good videos out there of presidents going wrong, as it were. I expect you could find it with anyone. I wouldn't mind seeing that again, actually. I'm sure there's more, though. What's this one? Okay, maybe that is the only one up there at the moment. What about, does any exist out of interest of Donald Trump? Or Joe Biden even? Joe Biden Autocue. Teleprompter. Repeat the line. I'm going to have to tend to another cat in a minute. We are getting on for 11, so we will go to a short intermission in a minute, and we'll then be... Yeah, okay, bear with me. Doesn't this woman look kind of superimposed there? Play video. I doubt it's a long one. Oh, I've got the little cat trying to get my attention. I'll have to go over to it in a minute. Oh, it's taken forever. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Apologies to leave you looking at a loading video, but I think it's going to start playing in a sec. Can I do that to you? Goodness me, what's wrong with this?
The court now, practically...
No image, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. Oh, no sound.
There's the women of America. The court now, practically dares the women of America to go to the ballot box and restore the very rights they've just taken away. One of the most extraordinary parts of the decision, in my view, is the majority writes, and I quote, women, it's a quote now from the majority, women are not without electoral or political power. It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without...
I see. He read the repeat the line bit. Guys, I'm going to have to just find from a while back where I'm joined by UK critical thinker and Amazing Grace. Yeah, apologies for this, guys. I just need 1 minute just to sort things out, and I'll be back in a second. Oh, my encoder's overloading, unfortunately, so it's having issues. Right, hang on. Okay, I'll be back in 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Okay, apologies for that interruption. We'll get back to the stream, and I will be doing an intermission very soon. Yeah, so sorry about that. Right, I don't want to get too far off the chat. Philip Wright, that effer was wearing a latex mask, 100% different. Different people play the role. Yeah, completely agree with you. NR says, check out Conscious X and Divine Sade channels. Is that 2 separate channels out of interest? Yeah, we'll have a look at that one before the end of the stream. So I just want to check my audio is coming through okay. Bear with me. Yeah, sounds like it's working okay. Okay, we'll have a look at those channels before the end of the stream. Thanks for the suggestion, NR. Philip Wright says the new Captain America film out in 2024 is called Captain America New World Order. Wow. That's pretty blatant. Didn't WWF Wrestling used to have a new NWO or something? I'm sure they've covered it as well. Yeah, they do like the New World Order. Mudlark digging up the Thames. Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Sorry if you tuned in earlier and I haven't spotted you so far. You think Joe Biden is faking his dementia? It's all an act. perhaps the whole thing is an act, who knows. What they can do is, I mean, this video here, for example, yeah, could all be done in front of a green screen. These people, to me, don't even look, they look like they might, you know, don't necessarily have to even be stood next to the guy. They certainly don't seem to be interacting in any way. Who knows? Philip Wright says Prince Andrew is Bojo as well. Prince Andrew. Huh. See, when I hear Andrew talk, sorry, no, when I hear Boris Johnson talk, all I hear is Prince William. He's got the same voice, but I've never considered that those two. I mean, yeah. We'll certainly have a look at that, at those two, to see how much they compare. And yeah, Mudlark, completely agree. All actors reading from a script. And it sounds like Obozo was malfunctioning. Yeah, there's plenty of clips where these people seem to glitch out, as it were. We've had this guy, Prince Phil, what's his name? Prince Harry. We've had him. I made a video about when his Autocue malfunctioned. However, I thought Nelson Mandela was dead. Oh, his grandson blasts Meghan Markle, right? Gotcha. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of. Yeah, when Prince Harry's Autocue went wrong, of course the press disguised it, or he cleverly disguised it, and ducked down, started pretending he was crying or something, and they just said, oh, he was just having an emotional moment, having to talk about his dear old mum dying, which is, of course, you know, all a load of crap. Right, let me catch up with the chat, and then we're going to be, going on to an intermission. Right, let me... Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Right, I think I'm overloading my encoder, as it were. Yeah, we will be looking at Grief for Sale in the second part of tonight's stream, okay? Mudlark says they might as well have an AI automation as president. For all we know, that's what they've got. We have no idea, to be honest. Why is that arrow pointing down? Hang on, what's going on with this? I seem to have a random arrow. Maybe the chat's got... It's not at the bottom. Things are not going particularly fast tonight. Why can't I scroll the chat? There we go. Hopefully you guys can... Hopefully the... Yeah, okay. Hopefully that will not come back. Normally I've got a scroll bar, but they're not letting me have it tonight. Mudlark's sick and tired of hearing about Harry and Meghan and all the other royal numpties. Yeah, me too. That is why I don't cover them a huge amount, because it would probably make my channel a lot more popular if I specifically focus on Harry and Meghan, but they're too blatant as far as I'm concerned. They are a blatant hoax. Too easy. Just looking at any of the royals, as far as I'm concerned, and you can see what their deal is. Right. Maria says that there's talk of chipping barristers of law with AI to enhance their analytical skills. Wow. I suppose, you know, how far off are we from that? Don't they claim, now of course these things can be fake, but don't they claim you can now send a text message with your mind or something? I don't know. Maria says a public speaker should not break down in such a disastrous way, proving they're MK Ultra puppets. Yeah. They do. That is exactly how they come across. Yeah, they could easily make cartoon characters appear real now. If just have to look at video games to see how realistic they can make these things look. And people generally accept what they see on the screen. Yeah, it's all easily doable. Right, yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to take a 5-minuter. In fact, I was interested in the suggestion by NR. They recommended... Yeah, apologies if I've missed anyone's comments in the live chat, okay? Check Conscious X and Divine Sade channels. Okay, have a quick look. Maybe I'll play one of their vids for a couple of minutes while I just take 5, if that's good with everyone. I'll have a look at their channels before I do, though. What was it? Conscious X. Let's see. Yeah, I do have a video. I've got one from last week. Conscious X. Okay. I've got their channel up. I know I said we'd look at them at the end of the evening, but I'm curious what sort of yeah. If you think they're worth checking out, then maybe we'll have a quick look at one of their vids while I just take 2 minutes. I will, of course, leave links to all of this in the chat. Right, Conscious X.
So you decided to start
screen, so you guys, if you're not familiar with the channel either, can see it as well.
So today's video is going to be about Kodak Black and James Brown.
Wow.
Because as you guys can see by the title and this comparison.
Yeah, they certainly look particularly similar. The dark truth about the inverted agenda. Offset is an old woman. Nardo Wick and Lil Baby exposed. Oh my goodness, what a bunch of freaks some of these people are. The dark truth about AI robots in the music industry. Yeah. I would be curious to watch some of these vids, and I hope they don't mind if we take a few minutes to watch this one about James Brown being Kodak Black. I'll put a link to the guy's channel in the live chat, okay? And we'll look at the other one that was suggested. Yeah, I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll watch a 5-minute preview of this video if you... and then we will look at the main subject of tonight's stream. Right, this is Conscious X17. Wow, they've gone through a lot of... Yeah, hopefully you can confirm, NR, that this is the... that this is the correct channel that we're looking at. Oh, and he's also got Conscious X2. Meghan saying, please don't talk about Meghan and Harry. Bobby's stomach rumbling. Actually, no. I hope you can't hear my stomach rumbling. If you can hear anything, it's the trains rumble by, actually. I do live very close to a railway line, so you might be able to hear them rumbling, but no, not my stomach. Hopefully not. Yeah. I basically fill up on liquid during these live streams. I have to have a drink at hand at all the time. That's one reason, actually, is so I can, 1, spend a penny, and 2, refill my drink. That is why I need the... yeah, but my mouth's getting dry. That's the real reason I need it. But not far off. Not far off, Phil. Whoa. Right. NR says, yeah, both separate channels. Yeah, we'll have a look at the second one when we come back from the intermission, okay? Divine Sade. Okay, thanks, NR. We'll check that out when we come back, alright? Yeah, my thanks to Conscious X for sharing this video with us. We're only going to watch a 5-minute clip of it. In fact, let me put a little message on the screen so people know what we're watching. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Video from Conscious X channel. Link in description. I probably misspelled description there. Yeah, as I said, I don't like just stealing other people's videos, but I think sharing them, especially if they're of interest, especially if you're going to share the link to their channels, I think that's acceptable. And I hope they have no objection. If anyone on their stream ever wants to share any of my stuff, hey, no probs. Okay, guys, hopefully the audio sounds okay. This video is from Conscious X, and I'll be back in literally 5 minutes. Yeah, I've just got to refresh myself, as it were. Okay, cheers, people. See you in a sec.
James Brown is Kodak Black. So Kodak Black's character is based off of James Brown. So that means James Brown is the base character. Before I get into the video, I just want to give a big shout out to Divine Sade, because she made a video about this 6 months ago, and this was a really good. If you haven't seen it, the link will be in the description below. So go watch her video after you watch this one, and make sure you guys subscribe to her channel. If you guys like my content, then you'll like her content as well. So now let's get into the video. So as you guys can see, it's pretty obvious that James Brown is Kodak. So if you guys notice the pattern that's going on here with me and Divine Sade's videos, we've been showing you guys that all these new celebrities that you see today are just recycled versions of older celebrities. So in this case, Kodak Black is just a recycled version of James Brown. So as you guys can see, you know, they completely recycled his character and they created Kodak Black. So this one makes perfect sense to me because James Brown was a big character back in the day. You know, everybody loves his music. And same thing with Kodak Black, you know, he's a big character today and everybody loves his music. So they both have the same type of impact. And Kodak Black sings a lot. If you guys notice, he doesn't really rap, you know, he mostly sings in his music. And now it makes sense why he does that, because his base character is James Brown and he was a big singer back in the day. So as you guys can see right here, they have the same face structure. One thing that I've noticed about both of these characters is they love to change their look, right? So if you look at a lot of pictures of James Brown, in some pictures you'll notice that he looks a little bit different. And same thing with Kodak, you know what I mean? When he first came out, he was skinny and then he got fat. And then when he got released from prison, he was skinny again. And people were saying that he was a clone or he was replaced. But knowing what I know now, all that happens with Kodak is they're modifying his character. You know, there's no such thing as replacing a character or anything like that. All they do is modify the character. So that's why if you notice with a lot of celebrities, you know, as their career goes on, they modify their face and stuff like that. A big example of this is Michael Jackson, right? You know, they modified his character, and that's still the same character. It's just that they modified his face and his skin color and stuff like that, because these characters are no different than Sims characters. Just like how you can modify a Sims character, you know, change up their features a little bit, they do the same thing with these characters on the world stage. And a big reason why they do this is so that you get the illusion that the character is like updating, because people love to see something new. So when Kodak Black goes from skinny to fat to skinny to fat to skinny, you know, that's going to make people shocked and they're going to be like, wow, you know, this person is changing a lot. And some people might even jump and say that he's a clone or he was replaced. But all of that is just to give him more attention. You know, at the end of the day, no matter how much they modify Kodak, he will always look like James Brown. As you guys can see right here, when they both have shades on, they look exactly alike. Now let's look at the side profile, because they look just alike. You know, right here they have the same exact side profile. And their nose is very similar, and their mouth as well. And one big similarity with these two characters is their smile. You know, Kodak is known for doing this smile right here, and James Brown always had a big smile. If you look at a lot of his pictures, he was always having a big cheesy smile, and Kodak Black does the same thing. You know, right here they look exactly alike. I mean, if you really pay attention, they have the same nose, the same eyes, the same mouth, the same smile lines, you know, the same face structure. And this is one of those that I really can't unsee. You know, every time I look at this picture of James Brown, I always get reminded of Kodak because he looks so much like him right here. And once again, when they both got shades on, they look identical. And the funny thing about these characters is they have the same exact energy. So I'm going to play you guys some interviews of James Brown at the end, along with some videos of Kodak, so that you guys can see that they both have the same weird, awkward, and crazy energy. They have the weirdest moments in interviews, and they're both crazy, you know what I mean? They both randomly say things, and you guys are going to see with these interviews that I'm going to play at the end that they have the same mannerisms and the same attitude. They both get mad easily, and they're both awkward on purpose, and they always try to be funny in their interviews. And overall, they're kind of the same character because they both do the same things, man. It's so funny. So here's another comparison, and as you guys can see, they look so much alike from this angle. Another similarity with these characters is they both have crazy hairstyles, right? So here's another young picture of James Brown and Kodak, and they have the same face structure, man. Like, I really can't unsee this. And when I look at this picture of James Brown, I can just see that he's also a female. Like I always say in my videos, all celebrities are inverts, which means that they're both genders. So that's why sometimes you'll look at a picture of a celebrity, like James Brown or Kodak, for example, and obviously at first you're going to see that it's a boy, but the more you look at it, you're going to start seeing the female characteristics in that celebrity. So that's why all the men in the industry act like females, and all the females in the industry act like men. But anyways, as you guys can see, they have the same exact smile, man. You know, it's completely undeniable. So here's some more side-by-side comparisons. And once again, they look so much alike when they got these shades on. And they both have the same cheesy smile. Alright, so in this side-by-side comparison, you can really notice that they have the same exact eyes. So if you look closely at their eyes, you can see that both of their eyes on the left side are moving to the left, while the eye on the right is kind of like a lazy eye, and it's not moving to the left as much as the other one. So I just find it crazy that everything about these characters is the same. You know, the only difference is that Kodak Black is a modern character, so obviously he's gonna dress like how people dress today, and that's why he has these wigs on. And James Brown was following trends of his era, so that's why he has this hairstyle, and that's why he dresses like this. And it's funny because in this picture he looks so much like Kodak. You know, a lot of people notice that he looks a lot like Kodak in this picture. And overall, I feel like with this comparison right here, everyone can see the resemblance. I mean, they look exactly alike. The fact that they have the same exact side profile goes to show that they're the same because...
Okay, sorry if you were enjoying that. I was actually finding it very interesting. James Brown is Kodak Black by Divine X. I got the name right. A suggestion from NR. Thanks very much. You've suggested some good channels over the times. Well, it's Conscious X, sorry. And the other one he also suggested is, let me see, that was Divine X, wasn't it? Right. Divine Sadie, sorry, it's Divine Sadie channel. We'll check that one out. Yeah, I've left a link to this guy's channel in the comment in the live chat, and I will also leave it in the description. Yeah, do you hear that rumbling? I don't know if you heard that, but that was a train going by. So that certainly isn't my stomach. Interesting.
Alright, so before I get into...
Selena is Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. I've made a video on Cardi B. Actually, yeah, Maria's mentioned in the chat about Rick James and Prince. We'll have a look at that. And I've got someone that I would suggest. Looks like and they play this very similar role as well. Yeah, interesting stuff. It really is. Mario Lopez is Richie Valens. There's certainly some striking similarities. Let's look at the... Okay, I'll leave a link to this guy's channel, to this person's channel, sorry, in the chat, and it will also be in the description. And maybe at the end we'll watch a few minutes of one of their videos, and we'll also look at the similarities between Rick James, someone I'm not massively familiar with. Goodness me, let me check my audio's sounding okay. A second. Yep, seems to be sounding okay at the moment. Right, Divine Sadie. Oh. Channel. Okay, Rick James. Let's see.
So today's video is going to be about Kodak Black and James Brown.
Was it Rick James? Have I got the... Yeah, Philip Wright mentioned The Weeknd and Justin Bieber. Yeah, that's... They have a striking similarity. They were both from Canada, and I do remember they had a feud as well where Justin Bieber, was... Am I looking at the wrong person? Let me just check the name. No, Rick James, not Rich James. Got it. Yeah, this person has a similarity to Prince. I don't know if any of you have ever... I used to read a lot of Stephen King books when I was younger, and one that I remember reading was about it was one of Stephen King's very old books, I think. Hang on. And it mentioned, what was it called? It was something about a king and dragons and whatnot. And the king had an advisor called Flag. And he just lived on for years, and no one ever really noticed that he didn't age, and that kings would come and go and die, and that this guy would be constantly advising the royals and whatnot. Yeah, so interesting how it comes up. Right, Rick James, let's see, images. I can... Okay. Is he still with us, or is he dead now? I would say he also looks similar to Jimi Hendrix a bit. And again, Jimi Hendrix and Queen are very similar. Okay. Yeah, I've not heard of this guy, so thanks for sharing. I'd have to see him perform, but yeah, I'm not going to play that because it's the sort of thing they will shut the live stream down for. But someone, okay, Albert Einstein. Does anyone think this guy has a passing resemblance to anyone else in that kind of field? The person I compare him to is Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm not sure if you ever... For me, they just look so alike, and they're also teaching about the same kind of thing, you know, space, and one's meant to be an astrophysicist, the others... But yeah, there's an image I've seen of this guy, and he just... Yeah... looks ridiculously like Albert Einstein. Hang on, let's see if I can find the particular picture that I'm thinking of. Maybe not. I know one's black and the other's white, but yeah, that would be the person I would throw into the mix, possibly, as if it is possible that there are immortal beings out there that, or maybe they just use the same. Where are we? I mean, either way, Albert Einstein looks odd. It's the eyes for me, actually. I'm not sure. I can't find a picture where they actually have that similar a look, but I don't know. Are you seeing it? Maybe it isn't that obvious. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about Einstein supposedly being. Here we. Oh, maybe. Look. Can anyone see the similarity in the? Just, I'm not sure whether it's the eyes or what. He's got the same curly hair. If this guy let his hair grow really long, there would be. Hang on. Let's see if I can find a better picture of him. Okay. This is Neil deGrasse Tyson. Albert Einstein. Yeah, that would be who I would throw into the mix. Yeah, so Maria was convinced Rick James and Prince were the same. Let's see. KG used to party to Rick James, fair enough. I knew someone who was a massive fan of Prince and had been to see him play with, he took his daughter to watch him in London, and I think he said he went into some bar or pub afterwards and played a private set. I'm not sure if they were there, but yeah. KG's thanking me. Yeah, thank NR. They were the ones who actually shared it. Philip Wright says they have no parents and made in the lab characters. Who actually knows? Who knows where these people come from? Is that a similar look? They've both got the same moustache, of course. And I don't know, for me it's just something about the eyes. They just look so similar. The nose, obviously, Einstein's got this big bulbous bit on his nose. Personally, I'd be very interested to see what some of these people would look like without the makeup, without the hair pieces, and yeah. Okay. Maria said he died in 2004. When did Prince die? He wasn't that long ago, was he? Of course, people say Morgan Freeman and Jimi Hendrix. James Latimer says I've been blocked by YouTube, can't upload videos, are too heavy, but F them. Yeah, James. They can't stop you setting up another account. In fact, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I will make James and NR. Let's see, hang on. Moderators, so you are in a position, if you ever want to share any links. Yeah, you do have a bit of power with me doing this. Who did I just do? And it means, yeah, mainly so you can share any links you ever want to any channels. But it also means you can delete other people's, but I do ask, yeah, generally, unless they're really kind of being inappropriate or, yeah, don't delete. I'm happy for people to come on here and disagree with me. So yeah, I ask anyone who I've added as moderator status. And if there's anyone that I haven't as well, let's have a look. I guess most of my regular viewers are, so Yeah, let me know if I overlooked anyone, and particularly if you want to share links in the live chat, because that will give you the opportunity. Yeah, Phil Wright's just said Morgan Freeman and Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, they do have striking similarities, I agree. Wow, I can just hear a rumble of thunder. Yeah, Morgan Freeman and Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, they look ridiculously alike, I agree. And yeah, surprise, surprise, they both made it as well-known celebrities. Of course, he died aged 27, which is a very popular age for musicians to die. Are they just going off and finishing with one character and moving on to the next? Very much like what you see in soap operas. Yeah, crazy similarities there. NR says Miles Garrett sounds like Kobe Bryant. Okay, Miles Garrett, let's see. To be honest, being from the United Kingdom, I'm not big on NBA players. That's if Miles Garrett is an NBA player. I'm guessing he is, or an American footballer. And who was the comparison? Kobe. Isn't Kobe Bryant dead now? Am I right in thinking that? Or have I got that way off? Yeah, they do. You're absolutely right. They also have the very similar... something in the eyes, something around the face. Let's try and... Obviously, he's a lot larger. Well, these people can easily put on... look, those teeth don't look real, for one thing, do they? Almost looks like they've just been slid in on top of his real teeth. Somewhat weird with his chin, also. Let's see, what's the image we got? A big smile on his face. Can we find him smiling? Oh, hang on. There was a better one. Yeah, this is... yeah, there is definitely more than a passing resemblance to these two. Something like the shape of the face as well. Things like ears can be changed with prosthetics, but even so, they're not... I mean, he's got darn weird ears. Look at those. Have you ever seen someone with a set of ears like that? Yeah, I did mention a gallery of celebrity ears. I think that might be well worth doing. Perhaps that will be a game for future. I'll put an ear up and you have to guess who it belongs to. That'll be the next quiz night. Wow, it's chucking it down. I hope that cat's okay that likes to sit outside our door. I mean, look at that. Come on. What's going on there? That's what I mean. I would love to see, if they are putting prosthetics on these people, this guy could have an extra big earlobe stuck on the bottom of there, if they wanted. And what does Miles's ears look like? Again, he's got the... Of course, we looked at Buzz Aldrin last week with his extra thick, chunky earlobes. Who knows what's going on there? Is that sound coming through on the microphone? I'd be curious if it is. I know this microphone's supposed to cut out background noise, but it sounds like one heck of a thunderstorm's brewing. Right, NR says Jimi Hendrix looks like Wiz Khalifa. Oh, let's see. James Latimer says Princess Diana's Ford Escort RS Turbo just sold for 650 grand. Wow. That is one expensive Ford Escort, if you can believe that crap. Yeah, I can, James, actually. Just an advert, of course, for Escort RS Turbos. Susan says Einstein is a girl. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there is. He does have some very soft feminine features. Yeah, some of, I can't remember what celebrity it was, but they pointed out how they went from looking really overweight to looking really muscular in a matter of 3 months or something in order to do a film. And it made me think, well, these actors and celebrities, they wear prosthetics, they have implants. Is it really beyond the realms of possibility that they could they could just put a muscle suit over these people? There was a program I watched when I was a kid called, you probably know it, was it Denver the Dinosaur? And one of the kids in that used to wear a suit. Yeah, you could see it was like, it was all muscly, but you could see he just put a suit on top, and I wonder if that was a bit of a clue. I'm not saying you don't fit strong athletes, who knows, or they haven't been pumped full of steroids, but let me find a picture of Denver the Dinosaur cast. I just thought it was interesting. I think it was this. I might have it wrong, actually. It was some of the bullies that used to pick on them, and then Denver would come and scare them away. But yeah, I'm sure one of them used to like wear this suit, which made him look all muscly, but you could see that he wasn't really. Or am I thinking of some other terrible kids program? I can't remember now. What a terrible picture. Okay, we're not going to be able to see that. Anyway. Maybe it was some other kids program, but yeah, that sticks with me for some reason. Okay, that's enough reminiscing. I'll probably start watching this later and realise that, wow, I've just had a flash of lightning. Yeah, I'm not going to find it. Anyway, maybe it was something different. Who knows? Yeah, we are going to get onto our subject about... There is a couple of articles I want to look at about grief for sale, so before we go too far off track. NR says Kobe Bryant's helicopter crash was a hoax. Yeah, the other channel you recommended to me was The Illusion. I know he's done a lot of good stuff on Kobe Bryant, so that was another good recommendation. Maria says, I think Camilla is the... Oh, hang on, you were also talking about Sophie Wessex, right? That would be an interesting... And who else did you say was in the mix? Camilla, right, okay. This person possibly having similarities to Diana, yeah. I'm with you. Hang on, where are we? Of course, we've just had one of the anniversaries. The year. Look how much like a man they look there. Anyway, yeah, there's definitely a similarity. In fact, that doesn't even look like them. That looks like a waxwork or something, but I don't think it is. They also, obviously, completely different age ranges, but they also have for me, a familiarity to, what was that horrible Prime Minister that no one liked? Margaret Thatcher. I don't know why, she just reminds me a bit of Maggie Thatcher. Yeah, certainly unusual shape. I remember someone saw them and they said they had huge feet. They saw them in real life and they said, yeah, their feet were massive apparently. Which isn't the most common thing you get with women, but... Sophie Wessex. I'm not sure, when was Sophie Wessex born? Yeah, you're absolutely right, they do have a lot of similarities. Look at the weird earlobes. Okay, maybe that isn't that weird, but Princess Diana. Yeah, it's either they came out of the same petri dish, or who knows? Who knows? Talk about keeping it in the family. Hey, being married to the same person as your brother. But yeah, that's a interesting one. Maria says you would love a good storm. It's still hot and humid here in Southend. Okay, maybe it will make its way to you. We're not that far off. NR says all famous sports stars, musicians, actors have just made up characters on the world stage that never existed. Yeah, I am fast coming to that conclusion, to be honest with you. I think those that really make it up there are... Yeah, and it makes sense, because why would they let any one person have that much power, you know? Where if they... Yeah, so rather than give them... Yeah, it's a crazy one. Who knows, though? Perhaps supernatural entities do play the role. For me, it's just so consistent. It's been going on for so long that whoever is orchestrating the hoax, they're either extremely old or, yeah, they're all following, I don't know. Right, I want to know when Sophie Wessex was born, actually, without getting too off. I don't think it would take too long to find out. January 65, whereas Diana was in... Wasn't she 67? No, 61. Okay, she was meant to be a few years older, which is surprising, but... Jill Dando, yeah, you're absolutely right. NR, Sophie Wessex, looks like Jill Dando. There's also... Oh, I've seen plenty of people. She was obviously part of a shooting hoax. Well, who knows if it was a hoax. She died not long after Princess Diana, though, 1999. Whereas Diana died in 97. She was also 1961, just like Princess Diana, November, July 1961. But yeah, she has that look, as it were. But they would love us to believe that yeah, crazy story around Jill Dando, but is that just a distraction? Again, she's got those same teeth. Oh wow, look at the ears. She's got those teeth that look like they're just balancing on top of another set. You know, like those joke teeth you can buy, Dracula fangs. It looks like that to me. They just hang down too far. I thought she had a really weird ear in one of those pictures. Let's see. Who knows? Getting a bit of a close-up on the teeth. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that or how obvious it is, but it looks like right at the front of the teeth there is a... Oh, hang on, I got that wrong. There is a plate. Obviously, people have cosmetic surgery. I've seen this with other celebrities as well. Just hair? I don't know, hang on. It looks like not Not quite right to me. Just there. And the gum also looks plastic around there. Anyway, who knows on that one. Veronica Jean, greetings and thanks for joining us. The Global Spiritual Revolution Media Group. He ties all the bloodlines in and has done so much research. He talks. Oh, okay. Yeah, Maria's been deleting messages. Never mind, Maria. Thanks. Thanks for attempting to moderate the chat. But yeah, okay. Veronica Jean, Global Spiritual Revolution Media Group. We'll have a look at that channel then, and then we're gonna look at one story that I want to cover. Let's see. Global Spiritual. It's a long channel name. Almost as long as my Chronicles of the Unconvinced, which is my second Revolution Media Group. They tie in bloodlines. Let's have a look. I'm guessing it's this one here. Okay. Assassination. Okay. The greatest global cover-up in human history. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm not familiar with this channel at all, but I will of course put a link. I'll share a link in the chat if anyone wants to check them out for themselves. Thank you, Veronica, for suggesting that one. Media. Oh, it's. Let's see what he's about. What's it about section? New York City, the most powerful global spiritual movement in human history, with 275 million registered online student pastors for our global website. They like the word global, don't they? I have issues with that word, I will say. But hey ho. GSRR Media Group is also part of the most powerful media conglomerate in the world today, iHeartMedia. Okay. Gotcha. Fair play. I'll let you guys make up your own minds on that one. James Latimer says, don't look. Maria says, sorry, Bobby. Oh, no problem. NR says the TV has been the biggest mind control ever. Got it. And are they doing exactly the same with YouTube, with Facebook, with Twitter? Are they just finding new ways to implant that stuff into our head? I do think social media, like Facebook, for example, is just as bad, if not worse, than the TV. It's found ways to interact with you. James Latimer says they don't look the same, and James Brown would be about 78 years old now and going on since the early 60s. Well, James, that is what the person is suggesting. That, some of those channels were suggesting that these people aren't. They're basically fallen angels playing the role, I guess would be one way of looking at it. Looks like this guy has done some interesting work on some of the stories. The assassination of Anne Heck, that isn't something I've ever looked at. The assassination of Tupac Lisa Lopez. So yeah, if that is of interest to you, then it might be worth looking at. Right, we're gonna. Oh, who's deleted NR? Susan, why did you delete that NR? Okay. Right, James, yeah, if you're not convinced they look the same, then fair enough, but for me, I do see a similarity. It's not necessarily an exact replica, like they could be sisters almost. like, I don't know. Who knows? Like, it's the same, it's just a different rubber mask, but underneath it's the same energy, or the same kind of feel. Right, we are fast approaching midnight, and I still have not looked at this one story I wanted to. It's going back. It's basically grief for sale. How these people are prepared to sell out their own misery and things going on in their life that most people would be like, would struggle to recover from. And yet here are these people, family members, talking about it as if it's nothing. I was thinking of calling this live stream Seeing Double. Apparently my son died attempting the same viral challenge as Archie Battersby. Another heartbroken mum's warning after a 14-year-old boy was found dead in his bedroom after taking part in a dangerous blackout challenge as his friends watched. Leon Brown, of course, this blackout challenge was not mentioned in any of the court literature that, in any of the court cases that were done about Archie. However, it's been massively attached, almost like they're actually trying to promote it. They're trying to convince kids to take part in it. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, there's something weird about this one. A grieving mother has revealed how her son died in front of friends while attempting a deadly TikTok challenge. Leon Brown of Cumbernauld, Scotland, was just 14 years old. This, I'm not sure when this kid did this or how long ago it was, but the way they talk about him being just 14 years when he, well, that's, yeah. He was unresponsive in his bedroom. I'm not sure if this happened before or after Archie or what the situation is, but his heartbroken mother, Lauren Keating, issued a warning to fellow parents. Okay. Do you really think kids are choking themselves? I mean, they're not stupid. Anyway, something doesn't look right about this kid, and then we'll have a look at another picture that comes up. She claims Leon's friends were watching him attempt it via FaceTime. And she told the Daily Record one of his friends had been doing the challenge on FaceTime with them after seeing it on TikTok. Good advert there for TikTok. In the same way, YouTube got promoted out of happy slapping, because people were happy slapping, basically whacking members of the public, videoing it and uploading it to YouTube. And that's how I first heard of YouTube. And probably for a lot of people, they will first hear of TikTok through stories such as this. Although TikTok's been around for ages at the moment. Please warn them, these online challenges aren't worth it. Does something look a bit odd about these people? Almost like... I know they use filters, but could they not have found a worse picture quality to go on? Let's get a close-up of this woman's face. Actually, both of their faces. Maybe the filter just went wrong, but for me it just looks like very poor. I mean, look at his ear. Check this kid's ear out, okay? What is going on in this shot? Hang on. Let's see. Just there. Oh, maybe he's got something stuck in it. I don't know. Maybe he's got an earring, or... But yeah, the ear just looks bloody weird. Absolutely awful picture quality as always. I don't know why they would choose to share that picture, because it's terrible. Do you know what? If I had that picture and I was going to put it on my social media account, I'd be like, nope, too bad. Looks awful. It looks like I've got a fake eye. So, but what other pictures did they sell to manufacture, well, basically to write this story? Because I'm guessing the Daily Mail paid them for use of the images. I'm not sure. Again, another image. Look what she's decided to wear in this t-shirt. When you're dead inside. I think it's meant to be like a festive top. And yeah, this kid just looks... Again, I know they're using filters, but it just doesn't look... It looks like a girl, for one thing. Very strange shaped forehead. And then, of course, we see Archie. We see the white rabbit. I don't know if this boy had a white rabbit. He did have a pentagram. He does have a pentagram on one of his tops, though. And his mother proudly boasts about when you're dead inside, you play games like TikTok challenge, I guess she meant. Foreshadowing, I think they call that. Leon's friends and family gathered to release balloons in his memory last week and hope the youngster is given a standing ovation by Celtic fans at their next home game. So this is another thing they're going to involve in football matches. Are they still kneeling down for Floyd George or George Floyd, whatever he was called? Well, now they've got something else to do before they start. They've got to applaud this kid. The club's famous kit, signed by his friends, was left mounted on a railing at the local park following his death. It's got a pentagram on it, just to let you know, which is meant to be representative of Celtic winning the European Cup. They get a 5-sided star on their jerseys. Yeah. Does this kid look real to you? And anyway, this was the picture that did it for me. Let me just zoom out so you can see it properly. Does that look familiar to anyone? Is there any... I mean, look at the kid's face for one thing. Looks cartoonish, but then again, they are probably overlaying it with filters. His head seems a very strange shape. Actually, let's do a close-up. Just for the purposes of seeing how big this kid's head is. Either that or his hair's sticking up. Look, normally I believe the human head... Okay, I just couldn't believe why and how his head went all the way back up there, but perhaps it isn't that out of shape, I don't know. Looks like a bit of a cone head to me, I will say that. But yeah, where have you seen that picture before? Look familiar, anyone? Are we seeing double? Because would you believe him and his mum chose to pose for an identical image to what... Look, I mean, is this just not the same image, but redone? See what I mean? What a weird coincidence. Not only did they take the same TikTok challenge, they also posted to Facebook the same picture of them in the car with the mother leaning in at the side. The boy's got the seatbelt around him. Yeah, just looks weird. There is the pentagram I'm on about. 5-sided pentagram. On the Celtic top, you've got a 5-sided pentagram. Yeah, are we seeing double? Or is it just the same story done all over again? Right, Mrs. Keaton said she was shocked when she searched TikTok and found a trove of videos promoting the choking game. Do we want to have a look for it or not? The video sharing app claims to have removed the blackout challenge and put measures in place to prevent users from searching the trend. Oh, but it's run by a Chinese group, so they're heartless apparently. Our deepest sympathies go out to Leon Brown. Anyway, this does give us a chance to see Archie Battersby's mother selling her grief.
So touched.
Right, hang on. Yeah, how long till she cracks a big smile? What do you reckon? Are we going to see a happy, smiling face from this woman who's just pleased? I mean, even in the thumbnail of this picture, you can see she's got a big smile on her face. Oh, maybe because they won the appeal, I don't know. But nothing will stop her grinning in this image. Let's just make sure you can hear it a second. Hang on.
You know, it's just like, obviously these are people from his hometown, and
This was at the wake, of course. One of our regular viewers attended the vigil, sorry.
the support. I didn't actually expect as many people to be here. When I walked in, I think it's taken me over an hour just to get through.
This is a strange-looking woman, I will say that.
Just obviously people just coming up talking about that they followed Archie from the start and his little journey, and yeah, it's really touching.
That's interesting. She considers Archie going on to a coma as the start of his journey. Surely not. If you were a mother, wouldn't you consider the boy's birth as his start? This is just the horrible end. This is the bit you don't want to focus on. This was a kid who had, I don't know how old he was meant to be, 14 was it? He had 13 good years, great years, who knows how. But to say that they followed him from the start, that's a weird, for me that's a weird comment. I wouldn't consider someone going onto a life support machine as their start. But perhaps I'm nitpicking. We'll let her play on, selling her grief.
Yeah, I'm not too sure really at the minute. We're trying to take sort of one step at a time. Obviously tonight's more about the vigil. I do want to see, obviously, law change, and that is what I'm going to push for. I don't want anybody's child or parents to go through what we've just been through with Archie. I think.
Didn't she put herself through that though? Wasn't it her choice to keep going to court and keep, I don't know, mate, what? So is she saying she wants parents not to be able to challenge the hospital's decision? Is that what the law change will end up being?
I think that the hospital...
Is this a wolf in sheep's clothing? You think she wants to fight for the rights of parents, not to let the hospital take control of their kids' life, for example? But really, what will the outcome be? It'll be interesting to see.
They need to work on things like the mediation. We wasn't offered mediation or the whole ethics meeting thing. That's
because you have no ethics, but anyway, carry on.
Quite a few things that, the whole, it's very concerning that the UK have ignored international laws. Again, that's something else that needs addressing.
What international law was that, out of interest?
I just want change. I don't want anybody to have to go through this again, so that is something that I'm definitely going to work towards. It's been really hard. It has been really hard. As I said from day one, it was a fight for my little boy's life. If I had to go back and do it again, I would fight equally.
Of course you would do it again. You loved it. You loved it, Holly. You had a big grin throughout it. Not one time did I ever really see you looking that disappointed. Yeah, big smiles on your face. At least the younger ones, the kids, were supposedly upset, or they came to the press conferences crying their eyes out. But yeah, it's disgusting. Is a quote. They're often adults, not children, who are demonstrating these challenges, and it's sick. Crazy stuff. Right. It is now 10 past midnight, so I am going to start winding down. I will look at the live chat before we finish, though. Let's see. James says, watch my celebrity embryo factory video, an orphan train video. It should explain everything and allow you to connect the dots. James, I'm going to try and find your channel now, because I don't believe I'm subscribed. Maybe I am. If you're able to put a link. Let's see, is that you? I reckon this is James's channel. I'm going to put a link in the live chat, and I'll also put it in the description at the end of this video. Latimir. There we go, and I'll give you a sub, and I will be checking out your content. Thanks for the suggestions. Orphan train story, 100% true facts. Tunnel excavation, earth made into mountain. Okay. Thank you for Celebrity Kids Embryo Factory. Please. Okay, brilliant. You've got an interesting looking channel there, James. I look forward to checking out your content. Right, what are we going to play out with tonight? We're not quite done yet, but yeah, we are certainly going to be coming to a close. James says, just change the subject for a minute. Rain does not come from clouds. Okay. Interesting. I couldn't confirm either way, to be honest. I've never been in... Well, I've been in an aeroplane which has gone through a cloud. But for all we know, clouds may have some cause on the rain now, because that's perhaps the blocking of the sun may cause the temperature to change, which then allows... Oh, I don't know. I'm sure you've got... Yeah, okay, I'm not doubting that one, James. Thanks for suggesting it, and yeah, I look forward to watching your content, my friend. Right, I'm going to start winding things down, actually, as I will say thanks to everyone who's taken the time to tune in. I'll put the audio on, though, as we do so. Have we got a video to play out with? Let me have a look. What have I got lined up? Moon landing. No, that was last week's video, actually. Yeah. Perhaps, yeah, I've got a 12-minute video, which is a clip of last week's video, which is... hang on. Yeah, which is basically 12 minutes long, and it is... Where are we? Oh, how long have I had that written up there? My apologies. Should have took that down a long time ago. About video from Consensus X channel. Right. Thanks all, and good night. I suppose... Huh? Oops. Right, this is what I should have changed. Right. Yeah, we're going to be finishing now. But I would like to very much thank Maria Ellender, Susan Byrne, KG, James Latimer, NR, Veronica Jean, if she managed to get a comment up without being deleted. Did we get one from her in the end? I think we did, yeah. Where are we? Philip Wright. I don't know if you're still tuned in, watching. Yeah, Susan Maria, NR, Phil, anyone I've missed. KG, if I've not already said hello to you. I know Mudlark Digging Up the Thames tuned in for a little bit earlier. Random Games also tuned in, thanks. Always good to see you in the live chat. Let's see. I hope I've mentioned everyone. If I haven't, yeah, by all means, pipe up, let me know, and I'll thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I had quite a lot of comments tonight, so thanks everyone for keeping the live chat active. It's much appreciated. Yeah, I think I mentioned everyone in tonight's live chat. Yeah, really is appreciated. If you're not subscribed to my second channel, actually, Chronicles of the Unconvinced, the link is in the description. What I've been doing the last couple of weeks is I just take segments from my weekly live stream and I'm uploading it to that edited bits where I cut out all any gaps or breaks or delays, and this is what this video is from. This is Buzz Aldrin's admissions. Hang on. Yeah, I think I went and wrote over the... Oh, what have I done there? Okay. Yeah, this video goes on for 12 minutes, so yeah, this is technically the end of the live chat, okay? Oh, that isn't the right one. Ah, sorry, yeah, got it now, I think. Buzz Aldrin's Moon Admissions. If you are subscribed to my other channel, Chronicles of the Unconvinced, you will have seen this. If you watched last week's live stream, you will have seen the whole unedited version of this, but yeah, this is a much shorter, cropped down version of it. Goes on for 12 minutes. I'm gonna yep, Susan Byrne, time to go everyone, have a good weekend. Yep, absolutely right back at you, Susan, and good night to KG. NR says another good live. Thanks Bobby and everyone else. Thank you NR for suggesting a couple of really good looking channels. Actually, I think every week I've seen you in the chat, you've suggested some good channels, so big thanks to you also. And yeah, here we are. Yeah, once the video's done, I will be shutting down the stream, so I probably won't be coming back on. Alright, take care guys, have a great week, and I will certainly be back next Sunday. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Alright, here is my video, Buzz Aldrin's Moon Admissions. See you next week, if not before. Good night.